Welcome to the Miami Condo Minute. I'm Peter Zalewski. I'm a condo analyst. I'm also the founder of the Miami Condo Investing Club. If you want to check it out, go to miamicondo.club. If you give me 1 minute, I'll give you some valuable information about the South Florida condo market. What are we talking about today? Art Basel. Art Basel is that festival that goes on over in Miami Beach on the Barrier Island, Miami-Dade County. And it spreads off in and around to various neighborhoods around South Florida, whether it be Wynwood or it be Brickell Avenue or even up in Fort Lauderdale and Palm Beach County. What is Art Basel? And more importantly, is it still worth all the disruptions that we have to experience? Let's get that time machine and go back to 2002. Back in 2002, the Miami New Times, which is the alternative newspaper down here, they wrote a series of pieces. The headline, the cover story was We're Number One. And We're Number One was related to the 2000 Census Bureau data that said that Miami was the poorest big city in the country. 2002 is when that article came out based on 2000 Census Bureau data. That same year, Art Basel came to town. What is it? It's an art festival that's based out of Switzerland. They do 3 festivals. One's in Miami, one's in Paris, and one's in Hong Kong. At the time, Miami had a lot of potential. It was poised to grow, but basically was nowhere to be seen. I remember those days. I remember when it first came. It was hosted over at the Miami Beach Convention Center. Let me give you some comparisons in terms of where we were when Art Basel first got here and what we're experiencing right now in terms of an economy. Miami-Dade County, which is where Miami is, as well as Miami Beach. Back in 2002, we had 2.3 million people. Fast forward to today, 2.7 million, about a 17% increase over the course of that time. Remember, as prices go up, people leave. As hurricanes get crazy, people leave. When times are good, they come down, or when there's a pandemic and you don't need a mask and you can twerk on a police car, they come down. So 2.3 million in 2002 versus 2.7 million in 2023, which is the most recent data available. What about median household income? Back in 2002, median household income was $31,531. 31531. Fast forward to 2022, again, most recent data, $66,952. Median income represents some in the ballpark of about 112% increase. And then finally, let's look at housing. As we know, a lot of people come to Miami during the winter buying season. They fall in love with the weather. They fall in love with the vibe. And lo and behold, they start kicking the tires, looking at properties. And many of them ultimately end up buying as their friends and family come to visit. Those people buy, and so on and so on and so on. The Federal Reserve Economic Data, it's called FRED. They have an index of housing around the country. According to the FRED study, in this particular report is called the All Transactions House Price Index for Miami-Dade County. Looking at that index, Miami-Dade County was coming in at 125.33. This is not a price, average price per door, price per unit. It's just the index, just like the Dow Jones has its index, NASDAQ has its index. This is the Miami-Dade County price index, and this includes single family as well as condos. 125.33 back in 2002 at the beginning of Art Basel. Where are we today? 432.3 as of 2023. That's a 245% increase. So the question becomes, is it worth going through all of the headaches of Art Basel? I'm not the first one to ask whether or not the disruptions from Art Basel are worth it. In fact, Tom Wolfe, one of his last books was called Back to Blood. It was a focus on the nuances and the idiosyncrasies of Miami. He actually has a chapter dedicated to Art Basel and some of the people come rolling in and what they're all about and what they do and what the locals have to endure. Some of you might be saying I'm a liar. But let me tell you about the headaches. Headaches are, it's impossible to get into a restaurant because they're slammed. The other issue is parking. You can't get a parking spot anywhere. Good luck catching an Uber. And even when you do get an Uber, you can't go anywhere because it's bumper to bumper traffic. Now, granted, a lot of people make money on the side hustles, whether it's police officers who are hired for security, it's caterers, maybe it's in nightclubs, maybe it is the Airbnb host. But my question is, 22 years ago, when we first began the Art Basel experience, Miami had a bunch of problems. Now, Miami seems to have taken off the training wheels, is standing on its own. Really think that if Art Basel didn't occur in the beginning of December, somehow, some way, people wouldn't be coming to the Tri-County South Florida region? It's impossible. We're too popular. And my question is it worth all of the headaches that are associated with 1 week of art collectors, some would call cats, coming to town, being pampered, but yet all of us locals have to endure the inconvenience of their VIP treatment? Not like locals get free tickets to any of the events. Not like locals get a discount to any of the events. We don't get anything. When the Super Bowl comes to South Florida, there's all kinds of money spent that locals can take advantage of, whether it's fan experiences or giveaways or maybe even improvements to local football fields. We don't get anything from Art Basel except the headaches. Major headaches that I almost forgot is that people coming for Art Basel start buying up real estate. And as they buy up real estate, it makes it more and more expensive for the locals. That could be one of the reasons we have our housing crisis. While you're stuck in traffic this week, I want you to ask yourself, is Art Basel really worth it? Or is it time to pull back, let the event go on its own without all of the hampering that local governments provide to these organizers? This is the Miami Condo Minute. I'm Peter Zalewski, founder of the Miami Condo Investing Club. Check out the website at miamicondo.club.